Ethan was known in his town as the good man, not because he was rich or famous, but because he never said no. If someone needed help, Ethan was there. If someone needed money, time, or forgiveness, he gave it freely. Kindness costs nothing, he often said. People praised him for it. Some admired him. Others quietly took advantage. Ethan worked long hours at a small printing shop. His co-worker, Mark, was charming but careless. Deadlines were missed, mistakes were made, and Ethan always covered for him. It's okay, Ethan told himself. Everyone struggles. When Mark borrowed money, Ethan lent it. When Mark blamed Ethan for errors, Ethan stayed silent. When Mark took credit for Ethan's work, Ethan smiled politely. After all, being kind meant being patient, or so he believed. At home, his sister warned him. "You're helping him drown you," she said. Ethan shook his head. "If I stop being kind, what kind of person would I become?" The real test came one winter evening. The shop owner called Ethan into his office. There were printed reports on the desk. Mistakes, delays, complaints. "Mark says these were your responsibility," the owner said calmly. Ethan felt his chest tighten. He could explain. He could tell the truth. He could finally speak. But he didn't. He nodded. "I'm sorry." The owner sighed. "I didn't expect this from you." By the end of the week, Ethan was let go. Mark kept his job. That night, Ethan sat alone in his small apartment, staring at the walls. For the first time, kindness didn't feel warm. It felt heavy, like chains he had willingly wrapped around himself. Days passed. Savings ran low. Messages went unanswered. Mark never checked in. That hurt more than losing the job. One afternoon, Ethan met an old teacher at a cafe. The man listened quietly as Ethan explained everything. When Ethan finished, the teacher said gently, "Kindness is a strength, but when you give it without wisdom, it becomes permission for others to harm you." Ethan frowned. "So, I should stop being kind?" The teacher smiled. "No, you should stop being blind." Those words stayed with him. Weeks later, Ethan found new work, smaller pay, harder hours, but honest. One day, Mark showed up. He looked nervous. "Hey man, I heard you're working again. I could really use a reference. Things aren't going great." Ethan felt the old habit rise inside him, the urge to help, to smooth things over, to forget the past. But this time, he paused. He remembered the silence, the blame, the loss. "I won't lie for you," Ethan said calmly, "but I hope you do better." Mark scoffed. "Wow, guess you're not so kind after all." Ethan didn't argue. Later that evening, he walked home feeling lighter than he had in years. He still helped people. He still cared. But now, kindness had boundaries. He learned that being kind doesn't mean accepting disrespect. Forgiveness doesn't require self-destruction. And silence is not always noble. Kindness should heal, not erase you. From that day on, Ethan lived by a simple truth. Be kind, but don't be blind. Because the world doesn't need fewer good people. It needs wiser ones.